What is up, you guys? Thank you guys for chilling with me on this Token with Mojo, where we are always token every day. As you can see, finally, this dude, he has got to talking about CVS. I've been waiting for him to talk about CVS for so long now. I actually do watch a lot of Camelot 331's content. So I was watching this video last night, and I was just agreeing with a whole lot of stuff that he said. So just to freaking throw this out there, um, one, I watch a lot of his content, so I'm not trying to rip off his content. I just want to do a freaking response video to it. Two, I freaking worked at CVS during COVID, during the height of COVID. So I was there when we started hearing the whole lockdowns were about to happen from beginning to end. So after COVID, I walked away from CVS and I said I would never, ever go back to the customer service industry ever again. And finally, Camelot 331 has finally made a video about it. So we're gonna freaking check it out. I want to give you a little bit of response by it, and hopefully I'm gonna skip a little bit through it so people aren't like, yo, you're stealing this man's content. So let's get into it. I've actually made other videos about how shitty CVS is. CVS is a very, very, very shitty place to work. All right, let's get into this, man.
Camelot 331 here, and something really insane has just went down at our favorite neighborhood pharmacy, CVS. It's your favorite place to go when you accidentally unleashed your baby gravy into an unsuspecting victim, and you needed a little bit of that Plan B. That's what I use it for. No, I'm joking. These are all jokes. I love it. No, it's a place I like to go in Las Vegas at 3 a.m. and get liquor. And Plan B. Anyway, something crazy is going on, and we're going to dive right into it because the workers are pissed.
Yeah,
They're
they are
so
finally,
pissed.
finally people
Okay,
freaking
they're like
realize
the
this shit.
damn rainwater on your freshly washed car when it's sunny outside, and they're about to evaporate into the atmosphere and die immediately. Before we get into this video, make sure you hit the like button down below, comment and all that good stuff. Follow me on locals, it's in the description because I'm banned on Twitter.
All right.
Into how the employees are feeling at CVS. I'm gonna give you a little bit of hint.
Like I said, I'm
It's
trying to do
bad.
this shit right.
It's like when you drink all night and it's doesn't matter across the damn floor, passed out in their cute staff store. As we all know, it has been a perfect storm of problems lately. Today was horrible. As always, no coverage for techs, no help from corporate, despite trying so many times
Nope.
to get the help. Came in on my
Nope.
off day. Other opener was 2.5 hours late, so I had to scramble back and forth to man the registers. 10 a.m.
Okay, so first thing, when I was working at CVS, they give me shit all the fucking time for just being like 5 minutes late. I mean, I was working a late night shift, so everybody was working early morning shift. Even if I came in like 5 minutes late, they'd all be looking at me like, "Fuck you," you know. So for somebody to be 2 hours late, they must not give a shit about that store anymore.
Tech overslept, showed up at 11. Q is at 19 pages, can't fill or do anything to run the registers. Same stuff every day. Well, 2 hours after my shift was supposed to end, the lady
Yep.
starts screaming at me about getting
Yep.
name brand Visine, baby. Her insurance wouldn't pay.
This is another thing about people that are work that go to CVS. You think that the person, the employee knows everything about everything that they're putting out there. So I've had people cuss me out for not returning, I mean not allowing them to do returns during COVID when everybody didn't know what the fuck was going on. I had people get all about in my face for not knowing about the certain type of medicine, and then like other individuals that don't work at CVS are like, why don't you know about the medicine? Motherfucker, do you know how much medicine is in fucking CVS? And this is, I'm not a fuck, like, behind the counter back there is the pharmacy. I run the whole entire other store. Like, I have to worry about everything else other than the specific name brand that you're looking for out of like fucking 30 different types of medicine. What the fuck, man? Just do your fucking research, dude.
Pay for the name brand, which is what she wanted, but would pay for the generic, which she adamantly refused. Shocking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she's a white lady. We went back and forth
Boom!
until eventually everything we have been dealing with boiled over and
It's not just white customers that are bad, though. I will say this. Some white customers, they are very uptight. Some Hispanic customers, they'll play that freaking, I don't know, it's no comprendo English, but when you don't freaking scan the right freaking coupon and it does not come out right, oh, that shit will change real quick. They'll be like, oh, this is not right, this is not right, this is not. I was like, I'll be looking at them like, I thought you couldn't speak English a minute ago when I was telling you that this coupon won't work and the computer was telling me that it won't work. Now that I'm ringing it all up and it's like not the exact price that you want, now you can speak English. And then there were some black customers. Oh my God, dude. I just say customers in general they just suck. I mean, black, white, Mexican, they all suck. Like, man, there was this one black dude. I swear he had it in for me. He'd be very meticulous about his shit and about what he was getting and everything. There would be 10 people behind him and he'd look at me and be like, I don't care. I'm gonna take your time. They're gonna wait for me. And I was like, oh my fucking God. These are one of the main reasons why I will never ever go back into customer service. Like I work customer service like vendor wise and all that shit, but that's just mainly getting stoned talking to people all day.
Exploded out of me in the form of please fake off. What do you guys think? Am I getting fired? Probably. Probably. Now, look,
Probably.
I hold the opinion that if you yell at somebody at a store that is obviously under a high amount of stress, like at GameStop on holidays, Best Buy, what have you. If you yell at them,
Yep.
you revoke consent to get destroyed
Yep.
verbally. Dude, I'm telling you what.
That's why I
When I
work
was
in
paying my food
construction
at
now.
GameStop, I kind of didn't care anymore. If somebody gave me some lip,
Straight up, that's why I work in construction now. It's like when you worked in customer service, they could give you lip, they could say whatever the fuck you wanted to, and you couldn't say shit. When you're in construction, somebody gives you lip, you can turn around and be like, motherfucker, shut the fuck up, man. I'm tired of your fucking shit. How many fucking years do you have until you fucking retire? Shut the fuck up.
I told them to get the hell out or I'd throw them out physically with my arms, with my fat, delicious arms. Is that what you want? Don't answer. I know how you freaks are. OnlyFans coming very soon. I want to quit. I've had it. Dude, sounds like me right now.
Yep.
I've been a tech at CVS for about 3 years and I've come to my breaking point. My
Mm.
manager is awful and she
I was
treats me
working there
like
for
the
2 years.
sheets. I'm only staying with CVS because I have the bills to pay. I'm overworked,
Yep.
overwhelmed, and underpaid. Aren't we all,
Yep.
baby? I get yelled at by my manager for stepping away for a few minutes because I needed a few minutes to myself because I felt overwhelmed. Any tips on quitting? If anybody has quit as a tech,
Just
what's your
walk
job
away.
now?
Just
I'm
walk
looking
away.
to leave the pharmacy and maybe have a job where I don't have to deal with people. I've had it, bro. That's literally everyone in retail. That's what I dreamt of. That's what.
This man is not lying. This is what everybody in retail it feels like. I mean, for corporate to look like, to be honest, nobody knows who the fuck corporate is. I mean, it could be a goddamn fucking computer and you don't even know. Like, I don't know who the fuck corporate is. I never even met corporate when I was at CVS. Like, who the fuck are these people? And I mean, to be honest, the customers, dude, stop treating these people that work in customer service like they're your goddamn slaves, like they owe you something, like they are at your beck and whim. Like, yo, that's the main reason why I stopped with freaking customer service. These people demand the utmost and utter respect from you, and you're treating them like shit. You're treating these freaking people that are working in these stores like shit, and then they gotta freaking work all day, and then they get treated like shit from their freaking corporate, and then they don't get paid enough, and then they gotta come back and do it all over again. What the fuck, man? It's happening everywhere, every fucking store. That's why whenever somebody gives people lip, I'm always like, yo, that's why I get stoned as fuck right after I get out of here. That's why I never work in customer service again because of people like that. I try to make the customers, I mean, the employees laugh a little bit because I've been there. I've been in their shoes. I'll even try to make it easy. Be like, look, man, I'm sorry. I need your help looking for this shit. I'm sorry. I'm stoned as fuck. And they're like, all right, I got you.
What I dreamt of. I'm not even joking. I was like, man, I can't wait to get out of here and not have to deal with people ever again at my next job. Shocking. Now I have to deal with 222,000 of y'all. Why did I do this to
I just got to deal with rednecks at my job. Tell them to
Be
fuck
honest
off
with
one
you.
good time.
What I would do, this is my honest actual advice, no jokey jokes. So if you're in a tight spot, You don't, and you can't
Listen
afford
to
to
this,
wait,
man.
but you want to find another job.
Listen to this,
Get your
man.
resume ready. Get a friend or something that knows all about the
Yep.
resumes. Get them to write that stuff up and start spreading it on whatever, Indeed, whatever kind of
Whatever.
website you can.
Indeed,
And
dude.
I
I put,
promise you, you will have.
dude. He's telling you the truth. He's telling you the truth. Go to Indeed. Put on your resume. I mean, I was about to go on like a 2, 3 week hiatus. I fired up my Indeed until this date. Pop, 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 pop. I still have jobs hitting me up every fucking day. And I'm just like, I got a full-time job. I got a 40-hour week job. When I need you, bet. So just look on Indeed, keep on looking, man, and somehow, some way you'll find that job that is meant for you, or you'll just find something that's just not as shitty.
Have interviews every day of the week, and you will find something. It may not be a week, it may not be a month, but you will, and I promise you, you'll be better off for it. But all I can tell you is I'm officially done with this company. After just a year with CVS as a pharmatech, I've left the company. I secured
Leave it.
myself a full-time
Yep.
biopharmaceutical job.
Get a better
A
job.
well-known company. Damn. Thank God I left before flu season. I hope you can all escape one day as well. This company does not care about you, and if
No, they
you
do
work
not.
at a farm tech pharmacist shortage, they would treat you even worse. So look.
So what they just said, if you're not a farm tech like associate, they treat you even worse. They do. They do treat you worse, man. I mean, they don't give a like. I told these people that it was my birthday, and I kept on telling them over and over again. And I was like, "Hey, can I get off on my birthday?" And they're like, passing it, kicking the can down the road." And then the day came, it was my birthday. I was the only person up front that was working. Nobody covered for me. Nobody even was like, "Yo, happy birthday." Nobody was even like, "Yo, like, take 30 minutes. I got you for like 30 minutes. Just go and just chill out for a second." They just did not give a fuck. They were just like, "Can you go upstairs and go get this for us?" And I mean, like straight up, I was upstairs crying my eyes out. I was like, I cannot believe I'm here on my birthday working. Just like, what the fuck, man? I mean, I was upstairs crying my eyes out. That's when I was like, look, man, I'm done with CVS. I am fucking done with this place. And I mean, we used to work, I mean, I used to work at one of these CVS's that was like the top rated CVS's in the nation. Do you know what they did for us? When we worked through COVID, when we worked through all of that bullshit they put us through, for one, they said they were going to give us raises. They didn't give us raises. They said that they would, and then our hours during COVID, when we were the only store open, our hours got slashed. So I was like, what? So if we got like $100, $200 raise, our hours would get slashed by like $100, $200, and that would just make up the difference. And then another thing that they used to do, that corporate used to do, was throw us a fucking pizza party. Like, and what got us one day was that like, yo, we were freaking we were given pizza, but we were also told, hey, you can't have a break or anything. You just go to the back, grab your slice of pizza, and then go back to the front. Like, we'll make an exception. If any of the customers have a problem, we'll make an exception and tell them that you're working hard as fuck. I mean, oh my fucking God. I do have a story about why I really did quit CVS. What was like just the, I'm done. But I think I want to save it to the end of this video. So if you guys stay to the end of this video, I will let you know what was the catalyst of just me being like, look, man, I'm done with this place.
100%. 100%. Okay? That's the dream. We just talked about it. Getting out, finding a better job, not wanting to put a gun in your mouth every single day of your life at 12 p.m. right after you watch Moana. Because
Yep.
it triggers something in your brain. It's true. I don't feel safe and I don't know what to do. So I'm the only one working at night. And yesterday I had to trespass a guy who said he knew me.
You either have the manager,
And
or if you're the manager and they
so
just
I
are
had
that
to get
shitty,
trespassed,
you're the
and
only
he
one.
kept going on and on about
Usually two people a night.
fast forward to the night. He comes back. This time he had a knife and I told him he wasn't allowed. Why did he bring the knife? Are we having ribeyes? Are we having
Mm.
some New York strip? Please, God. Cops came and knew he was trespassing, but didn't arrest him. Interesting. But I just don't feel safe. My anxiety
The
is through
fuck?
the roof, knowing he's still around. What do I do? Look, guys. Your safety is more important than your job. Your family is more
Seriously is.
important than your job.
Seriously
Getting
is.
drunk with your boy on Saturday is more important than your job. Let's just be honest. Yes,
Man.
no. When I was at GameStop, we
Yeah.
got robbed all the time.
Yeah.
I had a dude put a revolver up to my temple, and it was terrifying. And then he left, and I stayed there, and I don't know why. My regional director even called me and said, "Do you need time off, paid?" And I was like, "No, I'm a badass." No, taking back. I should have taken a year
Oh shit.
off. Give me money, please. No.
Yeah, I would have
No.
taken some
No
time
job
off.
is worth your own safety. Get the hell out because they don't care about you. I'm sorry.
They do
Look,
not.
I've said it once and I'll say it again, baby. They don't care if you live or die.
They don't.
Executives will kill their own grandparents as long as they made a few bucks.
They don't care.
So where does that lead you? It leads you into finally quitting. After 10 years, I did it, and
After
I'll
10
never
years,
go back. When
I only
first
lasted
started, it was a
2
great
years,
company to work
and that
for.
was during
Really
COVID.
enjoyed it. The past couple of years, it had become terrible and toxic, and I hope it gets better for all you guys.
It won't.
And you'll
It
notice
won't.
a trend here. A lot of these people have quit in the last month. Why? Why?
Straight up. Let me tell you something. It won't get better. I had one of the best managers, bosses that I've ever met work at CVS, and this man had leukemia and stuff, and I swear to you, CVS worked that man to is working him to an early grave. They don't give a fuck about this man. I mean, he was the most happiest dude ever. He even pulled me aside one day before I quit, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I get the feeling that you don't like it here anymore." And I was like, "I'm giving you my 2 weeks notice tomorrow, bro. I can't take it here anymore." He was the coolest dude ever. He brought the light into CVS when CVS is just nothing but a dark, grimy place that will kill your soul. And they are killing that man. They're killing that man. They need to freaking back off of him and just let him run his store the right way and stop trying to overwork him. The man has leukemia. Like, what the fuck? Or
Because
cancer,
something's
whatever
on
it
the
is now.
horizon, boys. Something's on the horizon, and we're getting to it here in a moment. So make sure you stay around. I don't need you being like, I'm done. The store manager brought me to the back with LP saying I'm in grounds for termination because my girl brought food for me and we ate it in the break room, saying she's not allowed back there. But when I had literally had to close the other day by myself, which is against policy, by the way, he said to just have my girl come inside with me to close the store so I'm not alone. Interesting. Dude, this happened all the time. If your district manager, regional director, an executive, or anybody tells you something that you know is not a policy, they will not defend you when
They
you're
will not.
caught.
They
These
will
are two
not.
different situations.
It is
My
your
store,
word
sorry,
versus
my
their
district
word.
manager at
That's
GameStop
all it is.
told all of us in our entire
Straight up, it is your word versus their word. And for them to say that shit to me a lot, I was kind of looking at them like, do you realize what the fuck you're saying right now? And they just kind of blatantly looked at you like, it's your word versus their word. So you're telling me that their word means a lot more than my word does? And I was like, you know, yep, wow. I was told that a lot at CVS.
district. When we get to the store, we walk in the front door, we clock in, and as long as we're on the premises, we're clocked in. Well, everybody did that. So I would get to the store, open all the registers, make sure everything was open, make sure all the games are in alphabetical order, everything's vacuumed, ready to go, and I would go sit in my desk.
Like
Guess what? Eventually,
like a
I was making
real
a little
dude.
bit too much, and I had been there 11 years, and then HR came around town to terminate me for sitting at my desk, going completely in the face of the recommendation of my district manager. When
So
I said
fucking
this,
stupid.
no one cared, and he did not defend me, and that's just how this works.
Personally, if somebody did that and I knew that they were on point with their shit every fucking day, I'd defend them. I'd be like, yeah, I told them to fucking come in here and make sure everything was on point and on, like, just everything. Yeah, they're sitting around for an extra 20, 30 minutes, probably because they're getting their shit done. I gave them a task that it probably took them about 20, maybe like an hour, and now they're figuring out how to fucking get it done in less than an hour. I'm gonna fucking offend that guy. I'm gonna fucking bring him some fucking coffee and some freaking like some breakfast early in the morning, just because I'm like, God damn, dude, hard worker. You know, appreciate hard work, right? People appreciate hard work.
So where does that lead us? Fake the CVS, boys. I worked there for 10 years. At the beginning, around 2013, CVS was actually a good company to work for and actually developed the employees to become successful work colleagues. You
Mm,
hear this a lot. Best Buy, GameStop, all these companies were pretty nice to work for in the early 2010s.
yep,
Okay,
I
since
heard
I'd
that.
say 2020, shocking, they've been on straight BS. Hiring process is crazy. I was an ops
Hmm.
manager, but they'll hire a person from Walgreens or some other company to be close to their standards. Bring them on board, making way more money than you. Even 5 hours of overtime is approved for spent,
Mm,
and I'm the one training them, which is crazy. This is another common thing: hiring new hires that are making more than you, which and you've been there for 10 years. It's crazy. Meanwhile, hours getting cut. They don't develop people that's already with the company, but constantly push you to do extra
true
care
shit.
or care pass, which is actually overwhelming because they
Okay, so real quick, I want to talk about these care passes. These care passes are some dog bullshit things, man. Oh my fucking God. Do you know how many times I almost got fired because I didn't get enough care passes? Did it doesn't don't give a fuck that I show up to work on time. I get my work done. Everything is done. Like even they're like, dude, customers or like literally calling us and being like, "Hey, you're giving good customer service. I love it when this guy is here." All this shit. Care passes. If you don't get enough care passes, does not fucking matter what the fuck you do. You're a piece of shit in CVS's eyes. I've literally almost got fired like 2 or 3 times just because I didn't get enough care passes. And until the end, where I started looking at these people and being like, look, I don't give a flying fuck. I'm quitting anyway. They stopped asking me about the care passes. I mean, is it? My God, dude, I swear, like when I was working at CVS, I even like looked at it kind of math wise, and I was like, you guys fucked up probably 2010 or some shit like that, and you guys lost like $1 million or some shit. And what the care passes are doing is that it's generating money for the company. Like, you know, people get charged like $10 every month and all that bullshit. So that's putting into that pool. So they're looking at it like we lost $1 million over here. If we try to get that $1 million over here through the care passes, then we're going to be able to freaking bring back our loss. But if nobody wants the care pass, then what the fuck? So what are they going to do? They're going to push the care passes hard as fuck on the customers, hard as fuck on the employees, and say if you don't get 5 care passes in a week, we're going to be looking at terminating you. I am not fucking joking you, man. They will fucking terminate you if you do not get enough care passes. When I was working there, like the word care pass was running through my mind so many times that I was like, I would wake up in the middle of the night saying care pass, care pass, care pass, care pass. It was fucking ridiculous how CVS was just like, they were so on their care passes, man. I mean, the discounts, the coupons, it evens out if you are responsible. Don't be one of these fucking coupon pushers that are getting like a fucking big ass book that are literally holding up the line just because you want to save money. Coupons are there just so you could clip like 4 or 5 of them and save like 10 or $20 at the store, not so you can fucking play that goddamn fucking game where you try to get the store to owe you money. If you do that, then fucking put aside a reasonable time or some shit like that, man. Like I don't know what to say about that. Like that shit that the coupon shit is fucking annoying. The care pass shit. Whew. CVS is on some bullshit with that care pass. Oh my God, CVS is on some bullshit with that care pass. Straight up, almost got fired because of the care passes. And until the end of it, where I was like, yo, fuck you guys, fuck these care passes. I don't give a fuck about this shit. That's when they stopped freaking getting on my ass about it.
challenge your job if you don't apply yourself to do so. I got a raise just to get my hours cut, so it's basically like I never got one. Shocking. Happily to say, after 10 years, I just quit. Labor Day, it felt so stress relieving. Know your worth. Leave and don't look back. When that fateful day came at GameStop, and I got in my car and I drove home, never having to go down that road again, I was just entrenched with intense joy. Like, I can't even explain to you. That ride home is something I will never forget. I was
That
ecstatic. I was
release
calling
from
all
that
my friends.
company.
Bro, guess what? Guess what? It's finally
That's
over.
how I
I
felt
wish
when
there
I
was not
freaking quit
an
CVS,
ounce of
man.
sadness, and there never was. To
I
this
was
day,
happy.
never was.
Straight up, when I left CVS, I was happy as fuck. Like, I mean, I went into the construction industry and shit like that, and I was getting dirty. I was tired. I was freaking, like, drinking a beer, just being like, yo, I'm gonna fuck go to sleep. I still am till this day, but I'm happy with my life. I love my life. I mean, some days I'm bitching because sometimes I work with like redneck ass motherfuckers and they just do some stupid shit or just like, just some stupid ass shit. But at the end of the day, I love my life a lot more than I did working at CVS, man. I wake up every day with a smile on my face sometimes, and I'd be like, all right, let's go. Versus going to CVS, and I'd literally have to motivate myself just to be ready, just to go to work, just to be like, yo, let's not end it all because you're working at CVS, man. This place is draining your soul. Like, God damn, it really did. I did not have any pride in working for CVS, and people that came in there, they didn't give a fuck. Even if you did work through COVID, a couple of people were like, "Thanks for keeping the store open and shit," but everybody else, they just did not give a flying fuck. They were just like, "Give me my shit now."
Why are all these things happening at CVS? Are you ready? Major retailer with 10,000 outlets shuts down for good after closing 900 locations and laying off 5,000 workers. CVS bosses have announced the closure of a pharmacy in downtown San Francisco. It's coming down, boys. The South Market location is scheduled to close on October 25th.
I think this
Other
is because there's
factors
like a mass
why it's
migration
closing
from
include
people
local
from
market dynamics,
California now.
population shifts, and community store density, and ensuring there are geographic
They're trying to
access
get
points
above
to
that
meet the
shit.
needs of the community. The chain has closed 6 other locations across the state in January and will have just 11 remaining. 11. Insane. Insane. Almost 1,000 stores closed just this year. The employee morale is so low. I've never seen it this low, by the way. I've talked about CVS in
It's
the
been
past.
there.
The morale is so...
Like, to be honest, he's saying like the morale is so low. The morale has been there. The morale has been so low since before COVID even happened, dude. Corporate don't give a fuck about you. Corporate does not give a fuck about you. I started getting my life together. I started getting my Jeep and shit, and was telling them I wanted to build my whole Jeep, and I was ready to freaking do the grind. And they were like, hours get slashed. And I was ready to freaking go for the grind and become a manager and shit like that. And they were like, okay, bet. And they threw a shit ton of work on me and never really gave me any of the credit or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, when it came down to it, corporate they would after a while they did see me, they did be like, hey, we see you, Joe. That's why when I left it, like, and my manager, he was even pulling me aside when corporate was here, and he was like, "This was the guy that you guys pissed off. This was the guy that held this place together and was willing to go the mile and shit. And then you guys pissed him off, and now he's gone, and he's in the construction industry now, and he's like, fuck off." And I'm like, straight up, like when I left, I came back to CVS like at least like 4 or 5 times, or like every time I came back, they were like, "Please come back, please come back, please come back," even if it was just for one day, just to organize the shit in the background. Please come back, and I was like, "Fuck, no, it does not make sense math wise for me to even get a second job like that to even work for CVS, because then the taxes are gonna be coming out of me for just getting me a second job. It'd be just beneficial for me to just work one job. And nah, man, I would not. No, no, I would never work for CVS ever again. Fuck no.
low. People are saying in the last 2 to 3 years, it has become unimaginable to work for. Why? Because executives and people in power
Yep.
care about vampiring the company off,
Yep.
draining a few extra dollars into their personal accounts,
Yep.
and making sure the only people they make money off of at their expense is the actual frontline workers. It's
True
at
shit.
the expense of those people.
They do not give
That's
a
how
fuck.
that works.
They
You'll
do not give
notice
a fuck.
to keep the company alive for a little bit longer and to siphon some more cash off, who is
Yep.
directly affected by this? Frontline workers, laying off
Yep.
5,000 workers. Are they gonna lay off some executives? No, of course not. It's always at the
Nope.
expense of frontline workers. It will never not be different. Never. Until maybe there's not enough to keep these locations alive. The Great Reset. It's coming.
True
It's
shit.
coming. Make sure you share this video. I'm shadow banned as hell. Give your boy some love and get the hell on it. Diggity. Doggone it. Bye. Yeah. $4.
Like I said, dude. I was just checking out Camelot 331's videos and shit. And dude, he finally put out a video about CVS. I was like, finally, the day has come. This man has put out a video about CVS. And he has just scraped the fucking surface of how bad CVS is. Now, the reason why I left CVS is this sword right here. There was this one lady. She came into CVS, mind you, like apparently she came in before, but when my first experience with her was Christmas Eve night. Now it's Christmas Eve night, guys. I get it, you trying to get the last minute things and stuff like that. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. But at the time we closed at 12 o'clock. So 12 o'clock comes, boom, it's Christmas Day. Hey, I want to get home to my family. It's freaking 12 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? This lady came in, I think around, it was like 10 o'clock or something. Her and her family. 10 o'clock at night. I mean, mind you, it's late. We're cleaning up. I get it. Last minute customers, all that kind of shit. 10 o'clock. All right, cool. We're closing around 12 o'clock. 11 o'clock comes around. Okay, the lady's still around. 11:30 comes around. Hey, you guys have been here for damn near 2 hours. Like, you do realize we close. You do realize it's Christmas Eve. You know, we got families. We're trying to get home. Mind you, the dad's in the car the whole time. He comes in like several times. He's like, hey, we gotta go. We have dinner on the stove. Like we actually have Christmas dinner at home and everything. I literally hear this lady say, "Oh, we have other people at the house. We can tell them to take care of it." And I'm like, "What? Like, dude, you guys have dinner at home. It's bad enough that you're out here this late, but you guys have dinner at home in the oven and you're still here. What the fuck?" Like, yo, so they didn't leave until like I think it was like 12 o'clock. Like this lady brought up like a huge ton of stuff. I mean, like oh man, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this lady, but she brought up a ton of stuff, like literally 5 minutes before we closed. Had to ring her up, close down the store and everything. I mean, mind you, the store is ready to close. We've already cleaned up everything. This is the last register that like, we have to close down. And she she finally gets her family and shit like that, gets out of the store. And this is just the start of all this shit. So she has this habit of always coming in late at night, all this shit. And she do the same thing, freaking shop for like an hour or two and demand we stay open until she's done shopping. So there was this one night where I'm cleaning up the store and I'm like politely telling her, hey man, we're closing in like 30 minutes, vacuuming, cleaning up, taking out the trash, freaking doing everything to close up the store, freaking closing up the fucking bathrooms. And mind you, we close up the bathrooms. She sends her kids in there after we close off the bathrooms. We have to tell her like, hey, close off the bathrooms. Your kids can't go in there." And she's just like, like they don't pay no mind to us. So I'd let her know, "Hey, ma'am, we're closing all the little things that we normally do to customers as we're closing the store. Let people know, hey, we're closing, all that kind of stuff, right?" So I go in to work the very next day and I get told to come into the back office. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Her word versus your word. She felt threatened. She felt like should not have somebody telling her that the store is closing. There was some racist shit when I heard this shit. And I was literally sitting back, like, looking at my managers, like, you do realize that I'm hearing some racist shit coming out of your guys' mouth right now, right? Like, literally, like, you do not want to hear a black man freaking come up to you and tell you that the store is closing. You feel threatened and all this shit. Like, what the fuck? I was sitting back looking at him like, you do realize this is sounding real racist, right? And they straight up looked at me after all that, after they said all that shit. They were like, it's your word versus her word. And I'm like, so this is some real racist shit, and you're gonna go with her word, right? And they straight up say, yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna have to, you're gonna have to tell her that you're sorry and all this shit and that. And I was like, I will fucking not. Here's my 2 weeks notice, and deuces, I'm out. Like, I took the rest of the day off. I was like, fuck this shit, I'm out. And like my cool boss, my cool dude, he was the one that got pissed off. He was the one that was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like he even went to that customer and was like, "Look, man, don't come back to this store. Like, look, we just lost a good employee because of all this little racist shit that you decided to freaking bring up to corporate and everything. Nah, man, we just lost a really good guy because of this. Don't come back here." And I don't know if she came back or not because I quit after that. After that whole shit, I was just like, here's my 2 weeks notice. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm fucking coming in here. I'm fucking organizers in this place enough to the point where I could just be like, deuces, respectfully, and I'm gone. I've already even got my second job. I'm already at work at the other job. So they were like, yo, I'm sorry, and all this and that. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. Like, CVS is on some real other shit, man. And that was about two, three, I don't even know, man, like three years ago, maybe? Like during COVID and shit. Like, it's 2013 now, so it was like maybe 2 years ago where I quit CVS and I was like, fuck this shit, fuck this place. And that lady was the real catalyst of me leaving. That lady, that racist shit, and for them to really say it's your word versus her word, I was like, nah, man, fuck this shit, I'm done. So just wanted to freaking make a response video about Camelot 331's video about CVS, dude. I've been waiting for this guy to come out about this shit for so long. There was so much stuff. You guys do not know how shitty CVS is. You guys have no idea. So you guys take it easy. I gotta get myself ready for work. Go into construction, you know what I mean? Not freaking customer service. So take it easy.